the USA government announced new tariffs on Canadian imports, igniting a trade war with one of its largest trade partners. Many everyday goods could face a 25% tariff, while energy products could be subject to a 10% tariff. Initially set to take effect on February 4, 2025, these tariff measures have been delayed by at least 30 days, now scheduled for March 5, 2025. While this delay was welcomed by businesses on both sides of the border, former USA President Donald Trump has introduced additional measures, including a 25% tariff on aluminum and steel from Canada and other countries. As the situation evolves daily, businesses must understand how these tariffs affect their bottom line and their loyal customers. With approximately $3.5 billion worth of goods and services crossing the Canadian-USA border daily, these new tariffs could have a substantial impact on small and medium-sized businesses. Canada supplies essential goods such as wood, petroleum, food, and auto parts to the USA. Applying tariffs on these products increases costs for Canadian businesses, putting pressure on profit margins and potentially leading to layoffs or reduced operations. Typically, tariffs are paid by importers in this case, American businesses purchasing Canadian goods. These businesses must then decide whether to absorb the additional costs or pass them on to consumers in the form of higher prices. A Canadian retailer importing American appliances, such as fridges or washing machines, may face an additional 25% cost, leading to higher prices for customers. An automotive manufacturer in the United States that relies on Canadian steel may experience increased production and material costs, reducing profit margins. Small businesses engaged in cross-border trade may need to adjust pricing strategies or seek alternative suppliers to lower costs. While large corporations may be able to absorb some of these costs, small to medium-sized businesses are at greater risk. The primary sectors that will feel the impact include businesses that rely on USA parts and raw materials may face rising costs. Higher steel and aluminum prices could lead to increased production costs for manufacturers. Higher import costs on clothing, footwear, and home goods could result in price increases. Small retailers who import goods from the USA may need to adjust their pricing strategies. Many American food and beverage products, including poultry, dairy products, and alcohol, entering Canada will be subject to tariffs, negatively affecting restaurants and grocery stores. Farmers and food producers who export goods, such as wheat and baked goods, to the USA may face trade barriers, reducing their competitiveness in the market. Importing technology products from the USA could become more costly, impacting e-commerce businesses and small IT companies. These USA tariffs on Canada could have far-reaching effects, influencing businesses, consumers, and the overall economy. Small and mid-sized businesses reliant on USA imports will face increased costs. This may lead to reduced profitability or higher prices for consumers. Businesses passing on additional costs to consumers could result in price hikes for everyday goods, including groceries and gas. This will further contribute to inflationary pressures in the economy. Many businesses rely on cross-border supply chains. Tariffs may force companies to find alternative suppliers, which can be time-consuming and expensive. If businesses cut back on imports due to higher costs, trade between Canada and the USA could slow down. Despite these concerns, Canadian consumers are becoming more conscious of supporting local businesses. According to a Toronto Sun survey, 84% of respondents said they have started buying more goods produced in Canada. Canada is considering retaliatory 25% tariffs on some USA goods if the USA tariffs are imposed. Both federal and provincial governments have announced measures to support Canadian businesses and mitigate the impact of tariffs. The Canadian government plans to introduce a remission process that allows businesses to request relief from USA tariffs under exceptional circumstances. Additionally, the government has published a list of $30 billion worth of USA products that will be subject to 25% tariffs. British Columbia, Manitoba, Newfoundland and Labrador, Nova Scotia, Ontario, Quebec, and PEI have removed USA alcohol from their liquor stores. New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and PEI are considering cancelling existing USA contracts and avoiding new deals with American companies. New Brunswick will launch training programs for workers and entrepreneurs while collaborating with other provinces to reduce trade barriers. Nova Scotia will double toll costs for commercial vehicles entering from the USA. Additional measures will be announced as the situation evolves. USA tariffs on Canada will significantly impact businesses across multiple industries, particularly those that depend on American imports. Business owners must take proactive steps to mitigate financial risks, find alternative suppliers, and explore cost-saving strategies. Staying informed and prepared will be key to navigating these uncertain times successfully.